Once I'm comfortable with the run up, once I'm comfortable with the slide down, and I start to get as high as I can with 3-step, I want to start to look to reaching and grabbing the top, whether that be the hole or one of the ledges. As I start to reach for the top, I want to still focus here, get on the wall before I start to look up. Very similar to trampoline. I don't want to look past the trampoline to the obstacle with the risk of missing the trampoline. Same thing with the warp wall. I don't want to look past the run up, look at the top. If I don't have a good run up, if I don't have a good initial step on the wall, it's going to affect me getting to the top. It's not only setting myself up to have the appropriate foot and steps on the wall, but it's also that explosive piece of being able to go from here to immediately explode up into the wall. It's not about a lot of run up, a lot of horizontal movement. Long run up just causes you to run into the wall. If I have a lot of speed and I don't transition and move it vertically, it doesn't do me any good. So this transition here of really being able to, as I've said, run up the wall and take that power and not be into the wall, but up the wall. Again, shoulders following hips. Really focusing here, getting good steps on the wall, getting your 3 steps, and then as you start to look up, the top of the wall is gonna be there. I'm here, now I start to look up. Get that good initial first step. Make sure you have that before you start to look up. Now combining run up, getting 3 steps, getting nice and high, trying to reach and grab. If you miss, you have that safe slide down. If you grab it, you can then use the safe slide down to come down, or you can climb up over top. Climbing up over top of the wall is a feat in itself. It's not just about getting the top, but then you have to make your way over top. Once you've gotten comfortable with the run up, the slide down, the run up, being able to grab, now we want to start to add the jump. We want to jump and get comfortable getting into that safe slide down. Before I start to go my highest, I'm just going to focus on 1, getting comfortable doing that jump and making sure I'm jumping right away on that last step. And then 2, after I jump, getting into that safe slide down. With the jump and with the warp wall, as you start to go higher and higher and as it starts to warp back, you start to actually kind of jump off of the wall. And so being able to land in that safe slide down of that table is going to become more and more scary. The more you can get comfortable with it, the safer you're gonna be, the more you allow yourself to actually start to go for the higher pieces of the wall that are more off the wall, more warped. Getting that good run up, taking 3 steps, immediately jumping on that last step, just doing a little jump, but practicing being quick and explosive, and then getting into that table for that safe slide down. Again, nothing massive as of yet, just getting comfortable. 1, 2, 3, pop, slide down. Then you can start to look at grabbing. Again, if I miss, I am already prepared to go into that safe slide down. As I start to go for the higher walls, I know that if I can get the lower wall, if I go for the higher wall and I miss, not only do I have that safe slide down, but I could also reach and grab that lower wall. Once you grab the wall, which again, like I have said, is a feat in itself, but isn't beating the wall. You now have to make it over the wall. You have to make it on top of the wall. When you're doing this, it's not just about your arms and the climbing power, but it's also about utilizing your feet. It's very similar to a climb up, but it's also different. As I get the top here, I want to think about driving my feet. As I get here, I want to push my feet down and in as I pull and walk up. I'm pulling as I walk my feet by pushing them down and into the wall. Timing that, adding that knee drive of the climb up Refer to the climb up video to get more specifics on that. Very similar, a little bit easier on the warp wall because of the lip, because of the angle or warpness of the wall. Basic warp wall technique. Get comfortable with the safe slide down, get comfortable with the run up. Get comfortable getting 3 or more steps on the wall and then being able to slide down. Understand that we want to really focus here before we focus there. Get comfortable getting as high as you can running on the wall, sliding down, getting high as you can running on the wall, grabbing. Get comfortable getting high as you can, jumping. Immediately adding that jump on that last step. So not only are you at your highest, but you're at your most explosive and quickest. And then get comfortable jumping off the wall, getting into that safe slide down. So then you can start to go for the top. And then if you do happen to miss, you have laid all that foundational work of being safe, that your body will find that safe spot and keep you safe. Protect your Achilles, run up the wall, not into the wall, and you'll have more success with the warp wall.